I was just sitting here designing some type of rail system to move wood. Well, when I get 4 cord of wood delivered, I have to move it from the driveway over down the section between the house and the garage, and I have to restack it. Now, it's too small of an area to run my lawn tractor and the trailer. So a lot of times I would just use a wheelbarrow, or I have a little bigger cart now, but it still only handles so much wood. So I have kind of this flat moving cart that I bought for I think $8, and it has swivel casters on it, and the casters are quite big, and I think the wood on it is 2x10s at least. So I was out on the deck kind of looking at my wood shed and knowing what I have to do. So that cart was just kind of sitting there, and I got to thinking, well, I could throw a pallet on that, and I could, put a fair amount of wood on it, and I could haul it. But the problem is, you haul something with a fair amount of weight on it with casters and gravel, it's just not going to work. It's just going to dig right into the ground. So I kind of come up with this idea here that I take 2x4s, and I'm thinking maybe make them sections of 4 foot and just make different sections 4 foot long. I suppose I could make them 8 feet. They're not going to be that heavy. So, okay, say 8 feet long. The 2x4, just put a 2x4 flat, and then cut another 2x4 or buy 2x2s. It all depends on whether these are cheap or not. You can just cut another 2x4 in half and you'll get 2x2s. So you have a 2x4, 2x2, then 2x4 in between it. I'll have to find a distance between the casters to find out where it's going to ride here. But the casters have swivel casters, so I'm going to need them to go in between here, ride between here as they're being pulled. I figure I'll probably have to sink a couple threaded rods, which I say here. Throw a couple threaded rods in, not every section, but every, say, second section, just to anchor it down. So when I pull the cart, it's not going to pull the whole thing. I'll have to have it anchored, and I figured maybe I'll weld washers on them so that I suppose maybe I'll weld a washer on a nut. That's what I'll do. I'll weld a washer on a nut, and then I'll just put a nut on it, maybe weld 2 nuts together, so I can thread a nut on and beat them down. Then I can take that nut off and put the other nut on that has a washer on it, because I'm going to have to pull them out. Right? They got to be able to pull out. So yeah, so that's maybe what I'll do. And the cart is obviously higher than what a washer would be, and then I'll just put a rope in the washer and haul them out. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'll do. I'll do that. But yeah, I think this will work pretty good. So it's just a matter of buying some 2x4s. And this will work really good for going down between the house. Well, I guess it would be the deck going down to the woodshed. This would work really good because it's downhill. So it would just be a matter of lowering it down the hill. Gravity will work with it and it'll just go right down. But the whole idea is, on the cart, I'll be able to put a pallet on it, and I'll be able to rack and I could maybe even put sides on it, and I could rack, quite a bit of wood on that. And then that would only be handling it, putting it on the cart, and then lowering it down to the woodshed, and then just taking from the woodshed and racking it, instead of the multiple times that I would have to put wood in a smaller cart, bring it down the hill, and take it off the cart and put it in, and then bring the cart back up and down, up and down, up and down. The cart is great, it works great, but it doesn't hold a whole lot of wood, so it, and then you gotta turn the cart when you're down there, and you gotta bring it back up. So I think, if nothing else, I'll build something to at least bring it down to the woodshed, and if it works fine, I'll just have to add to it to run it across the driveway. Anyway, that's, it's a little too long as it is. Everybody have a great day.